Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is issue 78 of The Terminator, Build the T-800. The components for the left hand and arm joints. Now it looks like we're dotting around here a bit. Previously we built this section here, and then we did a finger. And now we seem to be having the palm, the hand basically part, and another bit that we're nipping back up to the top. I think they forgot that bit and put it in the wrong order, but there we go. So in this issue we have some parts. What parts do we have? We have that bit, which is the left arm joint cover. You've got things there. I won't bother naming them all because it's boring. That's that. Let me make sure that's the correct one. It looks like the same arrangements of holes. I know some people did have trouble with the previous hand. They got sent this one instead of the last one. So I'm just making sure that I got the right one this time around. We have a couple of washers, another tube screwy thing, which I figured out what it was for. It's for attaching that finger that we just built to this hand. And some screws there as well. So let's move those over to one side. Throw away the rubbish. There we go. And continue with the build. Now I'll put the picture-in-picture down in the corner there so you can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it and why I'm doing it. We have from last time the finger, and from this time the palm, and we're going to need to open up this tube packet here. It says note the orientation of the finger. So yeah, basically make sure you get it pointing the right way. That's that way up. So this is the left hand, so we're doing the index finger. It's going underneath of there, just like that. So that's how the finger is going to be. It says to fit the sleeve over the tube, just like we were doing before. So sleeve, tube, tube, sleeve, all together like that. And then this is going from the top. So we're putting that through there. That's tight. That's even tighter than it felt on a couple of the other bits. Now this palm piece is plastic, so be careful when you are squeezing and pushing against it, because it will obviously break and bend more easily than the metal ones. So I'm going to push against there carefully. You've got some movement. A little bit of movement, but not loads. It looks like the tube isn't moving through that hole. So let's come back and think about that again. So obviously I don't want to force it. What I'm going to do is take the pin out and try and get the tube through, because the tube will go through on its own much easier without that in the middle there. So I'm going to get that all the way through to where it needs to be. Actually, I'm going to put the finger bit through there as well. So that's that. Then I should be able to get that through there, hopefully a little bit easier. It's probably not going to be any easier. Actually, no, that feels right. That's yep, that's doing that. That's that. That's the finger attached. Now this piece does need to be glued onto the inside, but I'm going to put that to one side until I need to do other gluing, because there's other gluing things needed throughout this build. So that's that. And yes, it says to glue that on there next in step 3, but I'm ignoring that. I'm being quiet and ignoring that for a little while. Now it's saying step 4, we need that, and that needs gluing as well. I'm gonna again put that to one side. Basically that's just got to go in there, which is easy, but yeah, there we go. So that's step 3, 4, 5 and 6 indeed. And then we're coming back to the part that we've already got, and we're fitting that in there, but I can't do that until I've glued it. Let's check to make sure. Actually, there's no more gluing required. So what I'm going to do is glue this bit first, so that can dry a little bit while I'm doing the other stuff. I'm going to get some glue out onto my little glue mat there, little blob. Put the lid back on there. So I'm going to get some glue around these 4 posts. Because that's going into those 4 holes. So that would glue that on there. While I've got the glue, I'm going to put a little bit into the centre of that hole there, because that is where this peg is going to go, and that doesn't fit very tightly. The previous replacement fingers, I'm sure that was tighter, but it doesn't have to be tight because it's glued in, and that will give me movement that way on that finger, and I've still got movement on all the joints that I put on there last time. So we've started on the hand. I'll leave that to one side to make sure that dries in there. So that was that, going through on onwards. Now we're on step 8. It's got little pegs there that are going to go onto the little pegs there. It says apply a little glue. It does. It says apply. It doesn't have a little picture of it, but it says apply. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to those pegs. And that is just going to hold that in there. The main piece is obviously going to be held together by everything else, but that's just to hold that together there. So that's that. Cool. There we go. Right, now we are continuing onwards. This is where we're going to start doing this piston that it said don't attach yet, but I have. So I could pull it out, but I'm going to leave it there for now. Actually, no, I'll pull it out because, you know, why move that bit around any more than you have to? Right, there we have this. Then we have a washer and a screw, no doubt. Let's cut that open while I've got my knife out. Single washer, the other one's going to be spare. We've got 2 screws, and a spare one as well. Move that over there, get these 2 out. Might not need them immediately, but I'm going to need them soon. Right, it says take the upper arm joint, which is that bit that we had previously, this bit that we've got now, that, the washers. I do need 2 washers. They don't give you a spare washer. That's interesting. Okay, so I'll get rid of the plastic bag. It says put a washer either side of that. Might work. There's one on there, and there's one on there. Okay, and these are this is going onto there. Okay, let's fit it onto there. This is easy to do without it being attached, so I'll give them that. You've got that bit right. That is going onto there, which is going to hold that in place and stop the washers flying off. So that's just got a little bit of play on there, but it's, I don't remember there being 2 washers on the last one, but there we go. Take the 2 screws, fit it so it's anchored in the hole, put the 2 screws into the 2 holes. Not rocket science. As ever, when you've got more than 1 screw, put the first one in, but don't tighten it down fully. Make sure you get each and every one of your screws in place. Make sure everything lines up properly before you can tighten any of them down. But don't forget to go back and tighten up the ones that you haven't tightened up, because, you know, you've got to tighten them all up eventually. So there we have that, and that looks like that in step 12. It does, pretty much, yes. And then stage complete. It looks like this. Let's get it all arranged nicely. That's going like that, that's going like that, and you know that's going to go in there. I'm going to put it together. This is the end of this month's delivery, so I'm allowed to put it all away now. So I'm going to put this together mostly. That's going to go back in there. This is obviously going to line up inside there once it's got extra, you know, black fringy bits and stuff in there as well. So let's just get that up there. We've got, turn it over. Yeah, it's a tight fit in there, but this is slightly sprung anyway, so that can go in there like that. So it will move and the pistons will join up, and that one's going to join up onto there with a pin, as we remember how that happens anyway. We've done all that before. Does that feel okay? It doesn't. Don't know. I'm not sure that that's the right way round. Oh yeah, that will go further up than that. So that's okay. Yeah, that's how that one goes together. By the looks of it, I'm pretty sure it does. I'm sure that's okay. What's the worst that can happen? So, yeah, the big chunk missing, that's the one with all the springs and the tendons and stuff. I remember it now. Yeah, that'll be fun. We'll be doing that at some point. But not today. Today, I have finished. That was the stage complete. So that's it for the building at the moment. Let's have a look through the rest of the magazine. Talk about them. Giant radioactive ants. I don't remember that. I don't go back that far. It was released in 1954, so no, I don't remember that one at all. But yeah, it's a science fiction film, so what we're going to talk about, ants or something. Bugs, yeah, when bugs go big. Okay, so yeah, that's quite big for a bug, but yeah, I won't read that. I won't show that to my wife either, she won't like that. And then we have the We'll Be Back bit, next week's issue, assembling the second left finger and upper arm. So, looking at that, we've obviously got the finger, the connecting pieces for the finger. This is the plastic bits that are going to go in that joint, and this is the bit that holds that joint together. So yeah, we'll be taking that back apart again to put it back together next time. Pin is probably that pin through there, if I remember correctly. Anyway, we'll get to that next time, but next time isn't yet. As I say, I get this on subscription, so they send me one pack every month of 4 issues, and that was the last one of this delivery. So 78 is now complete, but 79 you'll have to wait around for about a month. Normally I say 4 or 5 weeks. So hopefully in a month or so the world will be slightly more back to normal again, and I shall be starting with 79. So, thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.